Procrastination is the killer of dreams. Sometimes when we're looking at property deals, we'll spend a lot of time analyzing it, then we reanalyze it, then we overanalyze it, and then we end up in this overwhelmed situation. Then we're like a rabbit in the headlights. We're not quite sure what to do, and we end up in this state of indecision, and we do nothing. Procrastination can take a few different forms. Sometimes it could be the lack of motivation and we don't really want to do something. So for example, I know I need to get to the gym and I keep procrastinating, I'm putting it off, I keep finding other things to do. I need to tidy up my drawer over here. That means I've got no time to go to the gym. We find silly little things to do to distract us so that we don't have to do the thing that we need to do. The other form of procrastination is when we are fearful of the potential outcome. So going back to the example, looking at a deal on a property, you're looking at it and you'll become fearful. If I get this wrong, I could end up losing quite a lot of money, and you end up not making a decision. Whereas if we either prioritize something that is important for us and it's important enough, because let's face it, we'll do the things that we want to do, and those things are the ones that are important to us. If it's important enough, you will make time to make it happen. But at the same time, if we're fearful of the outcome, we need to think through what are the possibilities of something happening. So for instance, a common thing I see when people are putting together spreadsheets to analyze deals, for example, if it's a HMO, they look at, right, this is going to be my gas bill, my electricity bill, my TV license, cleaners, gardeners, all these things are going to be my running costs. Well, let's add 10% onto everything just in case the bills are higher than normal. Well, I've got 6 tenants in this property. Well, let's say 2 of them don't pay rent and 1's empty. So that means only 3 of the rooms are occupied. That what we do, we distort the figures so much because we're trying to create so much comfort that actually it doesn't look like a deal. And we're procrastinating because we're over-analyzing something. Whereas really, if we had a set criteria to say, look, it needs to meet this criteria, and if I can tick those boxes, then I should have the confidence to at least move forward. It's very rare in property to be in a situation where you can lose substantial amounts of money. Yes, you can lose money, but things happen very slowly in property. You take steps to move forward, means that yes, just by taking a step forward, for example, if you make an offer on a property, that doesn't mean you're committed and they're going to repossess your home now if you don't go ahead with that purchase. No, it just means it's an expression of interest. You're saying to the agent, yes, I'd be interested in purchasing property for £200,000. What will happen next is they'll look at your offer, they'll make sure that you can fund it, then they'll speak to solicitors about getting the ball rolling there. Maybe you need to speak to mortgage brokers, there may be a valuation needs to happen. There's so many things that need to happen during that process, but having the confidence that we can move to the next step is the best way, often enough, to be able to keep moving forward. And often when we need to make big decisions, rather than doing a huge change, it's better to do a little bit at a time. So for example, let's say, I decide to have pizza today for dinner. Does that mean tomorrow I'm going to get fat? Well, probably not. But let's say I decided to have pizza every single day for breakfast, lunch and dinner every day for the next 6 months. Am I likely to get fat? Hey, most likely. And that's because the compounding effect is really the things that we don't see. We think the little decisions we're making, we don't recognize the impact that they're going to have. It's ultimately when we compound them together that we see the bigger results. In the same way, there's things that we need to do. If we do a little bit every single day or a little bit each time we sit down to do something, collectively that will become much more powerful. Like growing your knowledge, for example. There'll be things on your to-do list that you need to do right now that you know are super important. Yeah, I know you're sitting here spending time with me, watching me, and I love you for that, but you need to make a difference in your life and make sure at the end of this video that you jump onto that priority list and do the single most important thing you need to do. Hey, if you're enjoying these Saj daily videos, then what I'd like you to do is click on my face over here to subscribe to the channel, and also click on the bell in order to get the notifications when these videos are being released. Then what to do next is click on this video here, and I'll see you over here on this video next.